Hi, I'm Mary. During this year's May Day holiday, I often saw a new term on the social media, left behind in Shenzhen, describing people who choose to stay in Shenzhen during their holidays. As a member of Left Behinds in Shenzhen, I've tried tirelessly to search for a place in Shenzhen. Then I got this: parks, malls, beaches. Wait, Hongfa Temple. It's just the cover page drew me to clicking. Look at those buildings. I haven't seen this kind of construction in Shenzhen. And its name led me to some imaginary pictures. A tranquil place with bamboos, birds, chickens, and bearings. This imagination brought me to another memory. When I was little, Mom and Dad were busy working, so I spent most of the time with my grandma and grandpa. They are very devout Buddhists, so with them, I became a frequent visitor to the temple in my little hometown. It's a small temple that I can't remember quite clearly now, but some memories are still staying in my mind. At that time, I often followed my grandma to pray and also read Buddhist scriptures. The monks and visitors always praised me for having the ability to teach others to read the scriptures at a very young age. Another story is about two nuns in the temple, who were very fond of giving me presents, such as several little shiny stones, shaped like shells on the beach. Maybe from then on, temples began to mean differently to me. The architecture, the chanting, the ringing of bells, all have been engraved into my DNA. Therefore, the moment I saw Hongfa Temple on my phone, I was immediately determined to visit the place. Before departure, I searched for some travel advice in advance. For instance, several taboos about going to the temple. The walking direction should be clockwise, and we are not supposed to pass through the center directly. Then, on the second day of May, a friend and I took the subway from Shenda Station to Xianhulu Station. Passing through 19 stations, we arrived. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, time to have lunch. And we've heard that there is a restaurant near the subway station where we can have free vegetarian food named Yujianzhai. What surprised me most was that almost all the guests were elderly, meaning we were the youngest and the most different among them. Embarrassed and confused, a grandma came up to us. She introduced us how to line up and have a meal in this special restaurant. And when she knew that I was vlogging, she's so excited that she said a lot to me. But it's a pity that due to her accent and volume, I could not really get what she was talking about. But her hospitality was absolutely received. When it's our turn, we were told that diners here were required to finish their meals completely. Waste is unbearable there. What's more, we are supposed to wash our dishes by ourselves when we finish our meals. After lunch, we headed to the temple. Since the line of taking the bus was so long, we chose to climb the mountain. And 30 minutes later, the yellow and green architecture finally came into our eyes. According to the worship process, we got the free incenses at the entrance, lit them, and finally put them in the right place. After the worship process, we embarked on visiting this place. Everywhere was full of people, but fortunately, we found a quiet and beautiful place. At that moment, I had the chance to look at this temple, and I have to say that it's not the same from my imagination. But there's still something similar and striking, like the scent of burning incenses, the bamboos, and the most important, Buddhas. At this time, I began to ponder, why is this place so charming to such a large number of people? Nevertheless, it is very far from the city center. Looking at those trees, mountains, and visitors, I think the reason might be it's a place carrying beautiful wishes. Different from going to malls or parks, people come here with a devout heart that's yearning for the realization of wishes. And in this place, people can temporarily put aside their jobs or other trivial matters. Just pray, just make wishes, and just believe in the philosophy conveyed by Buddhism. All the troubles and pains of humanity are due to the inability to see the truth of the universe and life. Perhaps those rights and wrongs, those so-called achievements are not that important. So next time, when you are tired, when you are upset, try to visit this place, the other side of Shenzhen. Relax, meditate, and reconsider the true meaning of your life.